In the boundless world of cultivation, names are more than labels. They are masks, mantles, destinies, and scars. Some cultivators change names to hide, others to deceive. But for one man, each name he wore marked a transformation so great that even the stars trembled at the sound of it. This is the tale of Wang Lin, better known across realms as the Thousand-Faced King of Cultivation. His journey is not only marked by power, revenge, and tragedy, but by the many identities he took on, each more terrifying and legendary than the last. From being mocked for a humble, earthy name to becoming a symbol of cosmic annihilation, Wang Lin's evolution is written not just in blood and battle, but in the very syllables of his countless names. Let us begin at the start, where the name first took root. The first name, Wang Tiezhu, the name of a boy born in an ordinary family. In the cultivation world, where names are designed to sound profound, celestial, or at least a little poetic, Iron Pillar was nothing short of social death. This was the identity of a child too pure for the chaos that awaited him. A name that clung to the innocence of mortality, a relic from a time before the slaughter began. It was a source of shame, even comedy, but hidden behind the mockery was the one name that reminded him and us of who he was before the killing began. Wang Tiezhu was not the name of a killer. It was the name of a boy who had not yet tasted blood, betrayal, or heartbreak. But that innocence could not last. The second name came not from his mouth, but from whispers that spread like wildfire. Wang Mazi, a name born in fear, not ridicule. He earned it when he sealed off the realm of the Teng family and executed them to the last soul. Hundreds of thousands perished in his vengeance. Yet for Wang Lin, that massacre was merely the beginning. From that day forward, death followed him like a shadow, stretching longer and darker with each step he took. With every enemy that underestimated him, with every force that dared cross his path, Wang Mazi became a name synonymous with extinction. But the name carried another layer. Among the ancient gods, demons, and monsters, marks in the form of stars appeared on their foreheads as they advanced. When Wang Lin inherited all three lineages and practiced them simultaneously, his forehead was adorned with 27 stars, an unprecedented sight. The name Wang Mazi began to reflect not only his cruelty, but also the terrifying divinity he was evolving into. A divine being cloaked in blood, leaving behind not battlefield, but graveyards of galaxies. The next name came from the dust of the mortal world, Zeng Niu, a name taken by a man who chose to hide as a commoner. But even among mortals, he could not help but shine. With the name Zeng Niu, he defeated spiritualization realm cultivators, shattered ancient seals, and became known as the greatest genius of Vermilion Birdstar. But more than that, this name symbolized something deeper, something almost spiritual. In ancient culture, the ox represents labor, sacrifice, endurance. The name Zeng Niu was Wang Lin's silent promise to carry the weight of the world on his back. It was during this time that he came closest to understanding the Tao, not through force, but through humility. He was no longer just a killer, he was a sage in hiding. Then came Shumu, a name that froze even the most powerful cultivators in fear. In the Luotian star field, this name represented annihilation. Wang Lin, under the guise of Shumu, pretended to serve the Lixian palace while orchestrating the death of Xianxia, planning traps that claimed the lives of hundreds of thousands. The moment he claimed the Wang Yui bone, the starfield itself seemed to wail in despair. This version of Wang Lin no longer sought justice or enlightenment. He was consumed by obsession. His power grew unstable, darker. His methods became unrecognizable. Shumu was not merely a disguise. It was the form Wang Lin took when he flirted with true madness. If it weren't for the fragment of Li Muan's soul anchoring him, Shumu might have become a demon god, unstoppable and unsalvageable. Then, like a shift in genre, came Lu Zihao, a name that brought with it the illusion of romance, a name under which Wang Lin played the role of the aloof genius, the gentleman cultivator, the kind of man young women in cultivation sects dreamed of. He discussed Tao with elegance, masked his power behind serenity, and even captured the heart of Li Qianmei. But behind the calm facade, the truth was grim. Wang Lin had consumed the seven-colored Tao fruit, not for enlightenment, but for vengeance. He entered the sect not to learn, but to dominate. Every word he spoke, every emotion he showed, calculated. The gentle Lu Zihao was a mask, and beneath it was a man still tormented by the death of Wanner. His every move was driven by the desire to bring her back, no matter the cost. The name Lu Zihao wasn't love, it was longing weaponized. Then came the name that struck fear across realms, Feng Zun. When Wang Lin assumed this title, he was no longer pretending, hiding, or learning. He had become a force of nature. His enemies weren't rival cultivators, they were entire realms. The heavenly Tao itself bent to his wrath. Under the name Feng Zun, he unleashed the infamous Millstone of Souls, a device so cruel it turned battlefields into rivers of agony. In this identity, Wang Lin was not man or god. He was judgment itself. Where he walked, rebellion was born. The heavens could no longer ignore him. Feng Zun meant not just mastery over power, but dominance over fate. And finally, the white-haired figure descended. The white-haired heavenly lord, a name spoken only in whispers. In the Shangang continent, when Wang Lin reappeared with flowing white hair, even the ancient lords shut their mouths and lowered their eyes. This was the culmination of all he had been, all he had become. He no longer needed to shout. His silence spoke louder than thunder. He broke ancient formations with a finger, toppled clans with a glance. When asked who he was, he gave the most chilling answer in the universe. I used to be Tiezhu, a simple line, a devastating reminder that behind every name, every battle, every tragedy, there was once a boy with an awkward name and a pure heart. And that is the truth about Wang Lin. He is not just a man, he is a legend built from masks, a soul carved by suffering, a warrior who walked through love, loss, vengeance, and divinity, and wore a different name for each trial he endured. Wang Tiezhu, Wang Mazi, Zeng Niu, Shumu, Lu Zihao, Feng Zun, the white-haired heavenly lord. 7 names, 1 soul. This is the immortal rebellion, and it all started with Tiezhu. So what's in a name? For mortals, a name is a beginning. For Wang Lin, each name was a rebirth, etched in blood, loss, and power. From a laughingstock to a godslayer, his journey reminds us that even the most ordinary beginnings can give rise to legends that shake the heavens. If you followed this tale to the end, you're not just witnessing the rise of a cultivator, you're witnessing the evolution of a soul through countless masks, countless lives, and countless sacrifices. And perhaps that's what true immortality is. Not in the body, not in power, but in how the world remembers your name. If you enjoyed diving into Wang Lin's many identities and the depths of his transformation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. There are many more stories to uncover from the world of Donghua and beyond. Until next time, stay curious, stay fearless, and remember, every name has a story.